Hello everyone, this is DarkWingGamer signing in. I hope you guys had a good Christmas because I sure as heck did. I'm not gonna say what the heck it is I got, but hello. As you can see, we are now in Jack's house, although we're not. Anyways, moving on. In the last episode, we defeated Oogie and saved Christmas and all the holidays. As such, you're probably wondering what it is we're doing here. Well, if we were to go right here to our figurines, you can see that we got almost everything except 3 enemies. And on top of that, we are missing, last I counted, 2 golden pumpkins and 2 crystal skulls. Let me check one more time. Yep, 2 crystal skulls. As such, I would like to try to, in this bonus video, I will try to get those crystal skulls. But first, if you were to go to, say, chapter 22, and go to your house, which, by the way, we are in chapter 22, I mean, you can see Zero. Although you can't talk to him. No. On top of that, for some weird reason, the 3 Mr. Hydes are right here.
This is Halloween Town.
So yeah, I don't know why the 3 Mr. Hydes are here, but yeah. Oh, and also, before I forget, in case you remember in the last episode, we got 3 costumes. However, when I finished the videos, when I finished making the video, I decided to look up to see what's all the costumes. Turns out, obviously, we are missing a costume. Well, first off, let's show off one of those right now, and hopefully you didn't see what was that last item. Hopefully I quickly did not flash that last one. Anyways, here's Pajama Jack. As you can see, it's literally Jack in his PJs. The costumes don't do anything, they're just for cosmetic change. But enough of that. In this bonus video, which will be a very long one, by the way, I hope you. So sorry about that. Anyways, I'm gonna be showing off the costumes and try to get everything all done in this video. As such, let's continue onward. Okay, I quickly changed into Costume Jack. I should explain a little bit of how to get these costumes. Give me a second. By the way, I'm pulling up a giant notebook to figure out how to get these costumes. Anyways, apparently to get Pajama Jack, you need to beat the game with an overall ranking of B or higher. For Dancing Jack, you need to get an overall C or higher. And before I begin, I now know why I never heard about these costumes before. Every time I play this game, I always seem to get 1D ranking because I always prefer to plow through this game. But as such, we'll explain later. As such, here's one of the golden pumpkins. After chapter, just give me a second. Okay. Let's see. After chapter, trying to pull out my notes. Give me a second. Here we go. After chapter 6, talk to Corpse Kid.
We can see where you are through this fountain.
Anyways, you need a perfect score. Okay, let's see if you guys can remember the movie. Who did Lock, Stock, and Barrel kidnap by mistake last Christmas? If I remember correctly, it was the Easter Bunny.
Right. Question 2.
How many members are in the town band? I think it was 3. No, it was 4.
Question 3.
What is Lock's favorite holiday costume? That would be the devil.
That's right. Question 4.
How many vampire bros live in Halloween Town? 4.
That's right.
Lucky 13. What is Jack's last name? Skeleton.
That's right. Question 6.
The fountain in the center is the shape of.
Boo. Question
I wasn't paying
7.
attention to that one. Upon what does Jack hang his Christmas lights at home? I think it was an electric
That's
chair.
right. Question
What was last year's Christmas gift for Halloween from Santa? A white Christmas?
Question 9.
Who is Jack's sweetheart? Lucy, Susan.
That's right. Question 10.
What did Dr. Finkelstein make for Jack last year? The Shriekonator 5000. Sally, that would be a little bit questionable. Reindeers.
That's right. Let's see. 8 correct.
Okay, well.
Tall robber.
Oh, okay. Apparently, I did not know about this, but the more you get right, apparently you get this. That's a little nice touch, in case you want to spend a few minutes. But we want to get the golden pumpkin. Oh,
We can see where.
let's try that one more time.
Question 1.
How many hanging men are in a hanging tree? 5.
That's right. Question 2.
Where did Jack crash land his sleigh last year after it was shot down? A cemetery.
That's right. Question 3.
What day is Halloween? October 31st.
That's question 4.
What is the most basic element of Halloween? Frills and chills.
That's right. Question 5.
What is on top of Clown's head? Ah, crap. A propeller beanie, I think it was.
That's right. Question
What
6.
makes it so is that you can see Clown right there, but you can't see his head. That sucks. 8.
That's right. Question 7.
What kind of vehicle do Lock, Shock, and Barrel ride around inside a bathtub? A free-seated tricycle. That would be kind of funny.
That's right. Question 8.
Some of Oogie's skeletons can throw their heads, bone boomerangs.
That's right. Question 9.
What is Jack's royal nickname? The Pumpkin King, Sultan of Shrieks, the Duke of Darkness. These two are actually not such a bad name. Although this one is kind of a little funny. But anyways, the Pumpkin King.
That's right. Question 10.
What is the mayor's nickname for Lock, Shock, and Barrel? Oh yeah, it was Oogie's boys.
That's right. Let's see what you know.
Despite the fact that Shock is obviously a girl.
Unreal. A perfect score.
There we go. And there we go. That's our 14th pumpkin. And there you go. Now you're probably wondering where's the 15th. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. As such, let's go ahead and get to where the other crystal skulls are. As such, oh, and figurines. Now, if you remember where Clown was, he was right here in the first hidden area. After chapter 12, come back here. This is one reason why I can never find all the figurines. For some strange... Oh, that's horrid. For some strange reason, you can't get all the figurines in like a direct order. As such, you kind of have to do what I'm doing. That is, go to certain chapters. And you're probably wondering, why chapter 12? Well, the reason why chapter 12 is because I figure I can get most of what I want, most of the collectibles in one run kind of deal. Because most of the collectibles that we want is available after a certain chapter, and I think that's after chapter 12. As such, here's one of the collectibles. Let's see. Heated skeleton. Let's go ahead and climb out. As such, let's see. The next hidden place we need to go to, and I don't know, and to be truthful, I don't know if I got this one or not, but we're gonna check. If I do got it, well then I'll see you guys in a little bit. If not, then I'll jump cut to Christmas Town, because that's where the next collectible is. So just in case, jump cut. Okay, so depending on whether or not I got this or not, in case you remember this cemetery, apparently this is where you need to go to get another collectible. It's not a golden pumpkin, but in fact a crystal skull. And in case you were forgotten about this hidden place, this is where we got the crystal skull. However, I don't know why, but for some reason, this area is kind of unusual in terms of trying to get everything, because apparently, to get the this collectible has 3 fangs. One of them is for something, and there you go. Yep, I was right. I missed a crystal skull because of this area. Go figure. Anyways, back to what I was saying. For some sort of reason, you had to come to this area, the one where you get the troll skeleton collectibles. You have to come to separate chapters, and I don't know why this one in particular gets so many. I think it's because it's one of the key areas. Well, not key areas, but the point is, I don't know why. You had to come to that particular cemetery 3 different chapters, and as you're aware of, we just came in 2, and you're probably wondering what's the 3rd chapter. Well, like I said, we'll get to it when we get to it. As such, we got 3 of the crystal skulls, and we got 1 of the 3 figurines we're missing. As such, we're gonna go to the location as to where those the 2 figurines and the last crystal skull will be, aka Christmas Town. As such, I will meet you guys there. Also jump cut. Okay, awkward cut is awkward. I meant to be on chapter 23, not chapter 22, to get the other collectibles. As such, you notice that I'm in a different costume. This is, Vesperian Jack. To get this costume, you need to get an overall grade of A. Also, I don't know if I said this correctly, but, apparently to get Vesperian Jack, to get an overall grade, quote unquote, you need to oh yeah, all your grades have to be like B, all B's, no D's at all. No D's, no C's, all that. If there's a single chapter that has that's not a, say, an A ranking, it'll still, and yet all your other chapters are, say, A, it will still be considered as a B ranking. I don't know why that's the case, but yeah. Now you're probably wondering why we're going back to the Red Elves. Well, this is where one of the collectibles are. As such, like I said, I meant to be on this chapter, not.
Merry Christmas!
I meant to be on chapter 23, not 22, because that's where the chapters for. Sorry, I meant to be on this chapter so that way we can get all the other chapters. I meant to be on this chapter so that way we can get all the collectibles that I miss. And there we go. There's the last crystal skull. Now I could go back to the tall witch and turn it in, but before we do that, I want to actually get the last figurines that we are missing. And those figurines is Trick and Treat. I think their name was called. You know, the little pranksters, the floating pranksters with the trash cans that will try to destroy you. That try to pull pranks on you. Yeah. Now we know where Lock, Shock, and Barrel got their ideas. other way around, I mean. Anyways, let's go inside Green Elf's house. Hey, big guy. And there we go. Oh, just go away. Jeez. Seriously, there's more? I said go away. And there we go. Trick and treat. There we go. Oh.
I am the Pumpkin King.
And there you go. This is something I wanted to say about, I wanted to wait until after we get all the figurines, because apparently when you get all the figurines, you can now you get an unlimited supply of fire, which means you are overpowered as hell with the Pumpkin King or Pumpkin Jack, however you want to call it. I know this is something. As soon as I read this, I thought it was the coolest coolest little 100% bonus. Well, 100% bonus for figurines. But yeah, to get the unlimited fire, you need all the figurines. That's all you need to do. As soon as I heard about that, I just had to get it because I didn't think it was true or not. To be perfectly honest, I thought that was just something that somebody made up. But there you go. You now know the truth. And in fact, see, you even get the infinity sign. As such, that means we are overpowering as hell, and we don't need to talk to the tall witch. Period. I mean seriously, after this, you have next to no reason to talk to the tall. If you got all the upgrades, all the upgrades, and all the crystal skulls, you practically have no reason to talk to the tall witch at all. To be perfectly honest. As such, let's just go ahead and do this. Now, you're probably wondering, Christian, now you're probably thinking, hold on, we're still missing one last thing, the golden pumpkins. Well, we'll...
Congratulations! You found 4 skulls, Jack. Here, take this bottle. You can fill it with spring water to drink when you feel tired.
And there we go. The last crystal, the last crystal bottle. So yeah, you have 4 crystal bottles.
Witch's shop, the best bargain in town.
You have 4 crystal bottles, and you got infinity amount of fire magic, which means I can just pretty much firebomb everything in my path. Like I said, Pumpkin Jack is the most powerful, the most overpowerful power in this entire game, and I'm happy. Anyways, I'm gonna finish the chapter, and after that, I will meet you guys in another chapter where we will get the final item. So, jump cut. And welcome to chapter 21. Sorry, I had to pause a little bit. We're in Hinterland Part 2. Now, you're probably wondering, why are we back here? Well, as it turns out, there was one location of the Hinterlands that I knew that I was missing. That was supposed to hold something, but apparently I somehow missed it. As such, we're gonna go ahead and get that. So I'll meet you at where the general location should be. So jump cut. And I'm back. Okay, you're probably wondering, where exactly is this? In case you don't remember, well, this is where the Thanksgiving and the Easter holiday trees were before we put the doors back in. See? Now you're probably wondering, okay, well, this is not exactly where we have to go. Well, I have to show you how exactly to get there. As it turns out, I don't know how I missed this, I think it's because I wasn't looking at it, but just south of the path of where you go to get to the Thanksgiving tree. This is where you're supposed to find it. Of course. Of course, my worst enemy. Of course, my worst enemy isn't the frickin'. It's not the frickin' bones, not you Oogie Boogie. It's the stupid frickin' guillotine fangs. Sheesh. Okay, and there you go. Let's go ahead and heal up a little bit so that way I can show you fully the final golden pumpkin. And like that, people, we have all the health, all the crystal skulls, and all the figurines. But we're not quite done yet. As you may remember, I told you earlier, as in the very beginning of this episode, that we're missing a costume. And I might as well explain it as I'm heading towards the ending of chapter 23.
Treat.
To get this costume, you must have an overall ranking of S. As in, every chapter is S rank. However, there's also a small problem. Why is it I can't just do that?
Toll robber.
And why does I always keep pressing triangle when I keep doing that? Anyways, the catch is this. Even if you do all the chapters and get an S ranking, you're still gonna get an A ranking.
Clear time.
And you're probably wondering, okay, then how do we make an A ranking overall into an S ranking? If you remember chapter 11, I think it was, the runaway clown. I keep forgetting to press this one. The runaway clown. You would know that you should correction. Try to remember that in the runaway clown. Okay, it was chapter 12. Sorry. In chapter 12, the runaway clown, we did a secret mission for Igor. And I'm pretty sure I showed it to you. As it turns out, there's a second secret mission, or in this case, the first one. And it's now a wonder why I never heard of this. I never found this one, because it turns out to get the secret mission, go to chapter 7. Let's go ahead and skip this. Also, one thing I find that kind of sucks about the cutscenes, although it kind of makes sense, even if you do wear the costumes,
Now then, Igor.
Yep.
You promised to move.
Jack's outfit will still be the same normal outfit that he always has. Anyways, go to chapter 7, and after you get past the cutscenes, we have to go back. And by going back, I mean we have to go all the way back to the cemetery. So I'll meet you guys over there. Jump cut. And I'm back. Now, you're probably wondering, what does going to chapter 7 do? Well, if you remember the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, if you remember a soup that Sally made in the movie, in the soup, Sally, well, let's be perfectly honest, poisoned it to make Dr. Finkelstein go to sleep, so that way she can run away. Well, guess what we're doing? I'll be quiet for this part.
Jack, you remembered to come back to me.
Well,
What you said earlier kind of had me concerned.
It's about the doctor. If he tries to harm you, Jack, use the sleeping soup to knock him out. All the ingredients should be around here. If you bring them to me, I'll make the soup. Here, I'll make a list of the ingredients and put it in your sack for you to check later.
Thank you, Sally. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Probably have less headaches after this secret chapter. Jack, to make the soup, you need deadly nightshade, frog's breath, and wormswort. Deadly nightshade grows next to the grave mark deadly nightshade. There's a lot of similar looking herbs, so be careful. For frog's breath, first you need a frog. The doctor breeds them at the junkyard, so try there. As for wormswort, you can buy it at the shop. Now, if you remember, I said the hidden area that we just came, where we got the first crystal skull in this episode. There's supposed to be a third object. Yeah, this is where you get that third object, and God, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I am not looking forward to this one. So, and to be perfectly honest, you guys better be freaking happy that I'm trying to show you this secret chapter, because, ooh boy, wormswort and nightshade, not the most painful thing to do. And something was appearing there that I didn't see. But since we got this, let's just go ahead and make use of the Pumpkin King's infinite amount of magic. Burn, you freaking trolls! Burn, so that way I can get nightshade. And poison the doctor, because let's be perfectly honest, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're just literally poisoning the doctor. And this is just so cheating. Anyways, here we go. Deadly nightshade. A versatile plant that heals the sick or poison quick. Sure, as soon as we're done with it, that doesn't feel like the case. Anyways, after that, I'll meet you guys at the shop. So, jump cut, and yes, I should probably mention that I am jump cutting like non-stop in this freaking episode, just to show you everything. Anyways, jump cut. And I'm back. Unfortunately, apparently I was wrong about what I was saying earlier about saying that you have no reason to talk to the witches. Well, after you get the figurines, which is, I guess, if you're doing this in chronological order, I guess there really is no purpose, but talk to the small witch.
Wormswort? Why, of course we have that. We also have mice teeth, duck feet, and dried dog ears, all collected this morning. But I guess you wouldn't be interested in them.
I hope those dry dog ears isn't from Zero.
You'll always be our hero, Jack.
Which is why we're gonna make you pay our bills. Yeah, unfortunately you're gonna need money for wormswort.
I guarantee this will take all that screaming to the next...
Toll robber!
God, I keep doing that. Anyways, thankfully 600 souls isn't that hard to get, so there's that little problem. And if you're doing what I'm doing, then getting souls is literally next to nothing. I mean, as you saw, I got like over 25,000, and that was because of me constantly repeating these chapters. Now you're probably wondering where the frog is. I don't know if I showed this to you, but or I cut this out, but there is a location in this area that I've kept trying to go to because I keep thinking there's something important, but apparently I was wrong. You're not supposed to you're not supposed to do this section unless you do the secret chapter, which we're doing right now. As such, all you gotta do is just go to here, and if I did show you, then you most likely remember this location. Also, this is kind of where they introduced the trick and treat. And, come on! I'm getting my ass handed to me by these guys. Come on! Ah, missed me.
Treat.
How do I miss? There we go. Oh boy. Anyways, go up here after you get rid of those guys, and then you need to move this thing to right there, and unfortunately this is one of the annoying part of this chapter, but not as annoying as what we have to do. And for those of you who actually did this chapter, oh boy, I bet you're happy to see me do this. Unfortunately, this is the second time I did this, and so there you go. Now, here's the thing that sucks. The frogs are the most cowardly creatures in this entire game, and they can sense you much easier than any of the enemies, even more than the vampire brothers. As such, there's a little bit of an issue. You have to walk, and here's the problem. Let's just say this. This is me just holding the analog stick all the way down. Here's me trying to gently do it. And I don't know if it's because of my controllers or not, but for some sort of reason, I cannot walk at all in this chapter. So I'm just going to go ahead and carefully... Now, here's the problem. You see that frog right there? That's the frog we need, the one that just burped up the gas. Now, as I said, you have to walk, which is easier said than done. And unfortunately, it doesn't help that these frogs constantly do that. As such, there's a little bit of a trick here, but it's a lousy trick nonetheless. Come on, come on, come on. And here's the worst part. It's and oh, go. It's RNG of trying to get the frogs. Oh my god. That's the other thing that sucks about this mission. It's RNG. You have to be extremely lucky. As such, not only do you have to walk, which is very hard to do in this game, but you have to be lucky that the frog gets near to you, and on top of all that, get lucky enough to drag them into you. And the reason why I'm doing this is because apparently this is the easiest way to get them to want to see you, which is easier said than done. As such, I'm going to be jump cutting a lot, so see you guys after I get the frog or until I quit. Because honestly, this is the worst secret mission. Oh my god, I actually got it the second try. Oh my god. Oh, wow. That only took me 10 minutes. Oh, wow. As you see, you have to mash that button, the triangle button, and yes, whatever grab button you're on, whatever console you're on, to get that frog. Oh my god. I'm not kidding to you. Last time I tried to do this, it took me an hour to get that stupid frog, but oh my god. Oh my god, wow. And I had to walk back all the way to Sally. As such, like I said, you have to be extremely... Oh shoot. Hold up, fun. Okay, sorry about that. My laptop was dying, and I don't want to repeat what I did before. Because I don't feel like repeating that little incident of me trying to get a freaking frog again. But, whew. Yeah. Luck, and that's pretty much that entire chapter. That's pretty much luck. To get the stupid frog. And like I said, that's I think that's literally the worst chapter, even more than the Vampire Brothers, even more than trying to finish the freaking Thanksgiving trial. Here, Sally.
Is everything you need?
Yes, Jack. I knew you could do it. Finished. Once the doctor takes a sip of this soup, he'll be out like a light.
Thanks, Sally. I'll try to save the doctor without hurting a hair on his head. If he had any.
And there you go. There's the sleeping soup that Sally makes for Dr. Finkelstein. Sorry, let me try to catch my breath a little bit because honestly, I was holding my breath a lot trying to try to mash the triangle button because I was not expecting for me to finish that chapter. That should be 10 times more the amount. After the headache and how freaking wonky the walking mechanic is, that should be 10 times the amount of soul. Sorry, I'm a little salty about that secret chapter because, like I said, it took me an hour, a whole freaking hour to get this dumb frog. For this, you have to keep track of the frog because if you try to get all the other frogs, they won't count. You have to get the one that's burping, the gas. And on top of that, just trying to mash the triangle button. Anyways, I'll meet you guys at the end of the chapter because I'll meet you guys at the end of the chapter. So be right back. Jump cut. Frickin' frog. Okay, I know I said I was going to jump cut into the end of the chapter, but I figured I might as well show this off because this is one thing I don't think I've ever shown in the entire Let's Play. If you remember Santa Jack, I said I bought upgrades. Well, apparently I forgot to show off. I don't think I showed off a particular present, aka Shield Jack. As such, let me shield. Yep, pumpkin shield. Meet another. Ow! If you can actually do it right. Made another thing that breaks this. See, as you can see, I am not even getting a single damage. And you can pretty much blaze through this thing as long as you learn to keep mashing the present. Correction, keep mashing the throw button for the whatever button you use to throw the presents. Like I said, as you can see, this is just me. Of course, I still messed up. Oh, I like how you can still leave the present there. As such, come here, little shock. Anyways, like I said, I figured I might as well show that off. Anyways, now I'll meet you at Jack's house. Actually, scratch that. I'm sorry that I'm being like very, and before I forget, I'm sorry that I'm not saying where I'm going, because I just realized something that I want to try to see if I can show. If you remember the soup, now let's see if hopefully I can still keep the item because supposedly after this chapter it should be gone. But let's see what happens when you actually apply the soup into Dr. Finkelstein. Apply the soup. Give the soup to Dr. Finkelstein. Skip this. Okay, apparently it knocks him out completely. Oh, what the hell? And it cuts the thing. Even better. That's even funnier. The fact that it cuts the music. I like that. It cuts the music. That's funny. Anyways, now I'll meet you guys back at the chapter, Jack's house now that I show off the soup. And I'm back. Okay, this is the final time that you'll see me coming back. Okay, I had to make sure that Mr. Hyde is not here. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, should we get the prompt? Well, two things about that. A, I kinda already got the costume, which is why I was trying to blaze through the Pajama Jack already. Two, another thing I forgot to mention. After you get all the chapters on S ranking and do both secret missions, you have to go right here. And no, you don't have to beat the game. You just gotta go right here to the view game results, which I don't know if I ever showed. Well, I think I showed it one time at the very beginning of the chapter. And there you go. If you see it at the bottom, you'll see secrets. That's supposed to let you know that you did both secret missions. And like I said, there you go. All S ranks. And now you're probably wondering, what do you get when you get an all S rank? Well, a costume. Phantom Jack. He looks a little very dabbing in that costume, don't you think, guys? Pretty much, he looks like the Vampire Brothers. He looks like he has the Vampire Brothers costume. And although I gotta say, as much as the costumes don't do anything, they don't give you any special rankings, I actually do like the way this looks. Although, which makes me wish they actually have figurines. And huh. Now, okay, never mind. I thought this changes, but never mind. Anyways, now we have all the crystal skulls, all the golden pumpkins, despite the fact that you still see me hurt. We have all the figurines, and we have all the costumes, as well as me having all an overall S ranks. So I might as well show off a few other minor things. If you go right here, you see roll the film. This is just basically all a bunch of clips, kind of deal, all the cinematic stuff that you saw in the game. Huh. Says here I'm still missing a few. That's weird. But honestly, I'm not gonna bother getting those because honestly, I don't think I even need those. Because all I was focusing on was the costumes, grades, and figurines. That's it. Costumes, grades. Here's the music, kind of deal. So yeah, in case you want to hear all the music, even you can even hear the boss music. Heck, this is the final chapter. If you remember the final dance sequence, this is it. But yeah, that's it. That's all the chapters. That's all the figurines, costumes, all that. As such, that's the end of the Let's Play. as such, this has been DarkWingGamer, and I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. And I also hope you had a good Christmas, because this is going to be posted after Christmas. As such, what will be my next Let's Play? Well, first off, I gotta finish another one that still needs to be worked on, but that'll be after. That'll be much later, because I kind of need a break from this one. Anyways, as such, I'll see you guys on the next on the other Let's Play I'm doing, aka Final Fantasy Dirge Cerberus. When I can finally finish those episodes. But as such, this has been DarkWingGamer signing out.